Hello there. Welcome back to Good Germs Off-Road Adventures, and welcome back to what is another Harbor Freight tool review. Today we're going to be looking at their Hercules Cordless Brushless Jigsaw. Let's see what it's all about. Stick around. So I've been wanting one of these things for a while, but I haven't really had a project or a absolute need for one. But now we do. Well, when I say need for one, we have a project where we can use it instead of the cheap, $20 corded one that we have in a drawer somewhere. But let's see what this thing's all about. Let's get it opened up, see what's in here. A couple of things that I like about it. One, it's cordless. B, it matches all the other Hercules things I have around the shop here. They take the T-shank blade, T-shank, can't say that 3 times fast. Takes the T-shank blade, as you know, which is nice because it means changing the blade is easy. You don't have to have a tool. And I've lost some words. They'll come back to me, don't worry now. And that's all of that. Apparently it's got a device or a feature where you can cut off. Oh, it's heavy. Didn't expect that. Well, it's got a lock button on there. So if I push it that way, I can't pull the trigger and make it work. But if I do that one, I can. Yep. Can't lock it in a on sort of way, which is probably a good thing. It's heavier than I expected. That's pretty neat. And then it's got this thing here, which, if I was to guess, is something to do with dust collection. Yeah. All right, that's fine. Probably inserts in some kind of way into the back like that, because it makes sense. I haven't looked at the instructions yet. They're right there. We'll look at them. See if there's anything we need to know about there. There's a lever here that does something. I don't know what it does. I think it probably lets you, the foot rotates, 45 degrees either direction, it appears. And then there's a lever here that does something. And let's figure out how to use it, I suppose. Normally I like to toss the instructions away, but let's have a look. I don't want to mess up using it. If you want all the details on it, you can look, of course, at the website. Blade clamp. Oh, so blade clamp is, this whole, I don't know if you can see that. This whole guard here is the blade clamp. That's pretty neat. Okay. I still don't know what that does. What does that do? Let's see. That's the blade clamp. Number 1 is the orbital action switch. I don't know. Obviously, the blade goes in to the bottom there. Yep. So this thing on the back, this lever right here, this is the bevel lock. You well, I don't know how to use it. It says bevel lock. Oh, you turn it to the side like that. Oh, and then you can change the bevel. And it's got detent, so that's pretty cool. I like that. That's a nice feature. It's got a plastic base on it, which is kind of cool, and it comes off. That's good for surfaces that you don't want to mar up, I guess. You run these on some things and the metal surface can mar up whatever you're working on. That's pretty neat. All right, let's just put it back on. What else does it say in the book here? It says something about, we already discovered the trigger lock, orbital action switch, straight cutting or orbital cutting, straight cover, rotate lever to 0, the blade travels up and down only. Orbital, put it to 1, 2, or 3, and it does a circular motion up and down and forward and backwards. Look, I have not had a fancy jigsaw, so I don't know what the purpose of that would be. Let me know if you all know what the purpose of the orbital action on a jigsaw is. Obviously, I understand instead of the blade doing this, it's gonna kind of do this, or it'll do something different. That's pretty cool. But again, I don't know why. And then it has right here a dust blower switch, so you put it this way and it doesn't dust blow, and you put it that way and it does dust blow, or no, you put it this way and it blows a little bit of air, probably from the motor, onto the blade. Keep the sawdust out of your eyesight there, but you can make it do the dust collection thing, you know. Stick that in the back and plug your vacuum or whatever into it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, how do you put a blade in it? I don't know, let's put a blade. We're gonna be cutting a piece of wood today. So we're gonna go for wood. I got some just El Cheapo Warrior blades from there, because the Hercules blades, they only had the big pack, and I didn't want to spend that much more money, and this was only like $7 or something. It's just plywood we're cutting, so let's do wood clean fast. Let's do that. Load the blade. Let's see, push that out. Put the blade. Am I missing something? The blade is thicker than this piece of plastic. Why is that? I don't know. Oh, that's pretty good. It snaps into place. I don't know why the blade won't fit. Oh, it fits. Okay. Well, now it fits. It's pretty good. This goes on there, and it's supposed to exhaust sawdust out the back. I mean, that's about it. Let's put a battery. It says for best performance, use the 5 amp hour batteries. Well, that's what I have. So let's put that on. This thing's charged up. And sounds like a jigsaw. Go figure. Like most Hercules things, it fits nice in the hand. The grip feels, it's just a lot heavier, you know, than I expected, but that's okay. That means better quality. We'll go with it. Anyway, let's check out the orbital action. So that's straight up and down. So we can turn it, let's turn it all the way to 3. Oh yeah. See the orbital action doing orbital things. It's pretty neat. I've never had a thing do that. The other thing I've noticed, and you're probably not going to see it from there because that camera doesn't have zoom capabilities, but I'm going to try to show it. The rollers here for the blade to sit up against, I mean, the blade's on them, and that roller is on a bit of a tight spring, I think, in there, or it's part of the action of the thing. But it looks like it's got bearings. It's very strong, so it looks like that's going to help hold the blade in a nice way for you. Anyway, and it's got this thing to help you cut straight. I've never taken much stock in the guides there, and it's got a light. Yep. Lights up. Yeah, pretty cool. There's not much else to say about it other than let's go cut a piece of wood with it. Yeah, man. All right then. Let's cut a thing. I've marked up what I need to cut. There's some notches all around this piece of plywood, and this is pretty good thickness plywood. I don't really know how thick it is. I'm sure it's printed on it, whatever. But the one thing I want to try is, can I hook this up to it? I put a battery on here, but I don't know. Can I hook this up to it and use the dust collection feature? Will it even fit? Let's find out. Oh, it does fit. Well, this is exciting because maybe for once I can cut something and not get sawdust everywhere. Let me bring you in a little closer to the work that's happening right here. And it's going to get noisy while I do it, but that's okay. All right, well, let's just See what happens. Turn the vacuum on. Let's put it over there so it's not in the way. Okay. Pretty cool. Well, I have to say I'm happy that there's not sawdust just plumb everywhere. I don't know if I measured that right. Let's see. For my particular project, that's got to fit in there. Oh yeah, that's fine. You know, I also noticed for the curve, it did pretty good with that. I've got another one right here to do. Well, this cut here is not quite as good, and that's honestly, that's my fault. Let me come back the other way. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think instead of the curve, I should probably just go diagonal, but that's just inexperience and not knowing what I'm doing. Let me see if I can fix this up over here on this side a little bit. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Pretty nice indeed. I've got a tiny one here to do on the end. Let me get you in there and see if we can manage that. So this will be a bit of a smaller notch. Let's see how we do there. See, this is just too small to get our blade in there without making a mess, so I'll probably come back with a different tool and notch that back out. Well, let's meet up back over where we started and I guess just wrap up this little review here. Okay, so what do we think? Is it a keeper? It's definitely a keeper because I paid for it and I like it. Yeah, it feels good when you're cutting the wood with it. You know, I was twisting on the blade pretty hard and it didn't want to bind. It, like I said, it sits in these rollers here nice and tight. I like that. It makes it good and strong for the blade in my mind anyway. And that's the mind of a guy that just doesn't know what he's doing most of the time. I like that I can hook my little vacuum up to it and not get sawdust everywhere. Hate sawdust. Almost as much as some Jedi hate sand, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I don't know about the oscillating bit, like what that's useful for. Maybe I'll do some research on it. It does work. I just don't know why you would do that. Blade change is simple, you know, you just kind of, in you go, and it just kind of, it's good. No tools. I like that there's no tools. The other one I have has a tool, and it's the other thing, and it falls out half the time. They get stuck. It had no issues cutting that wood. Now, it's not terribly thick plywood. Again, I don't know how thick it is. It's not ½ inch. Maybe it's roughly 3/8 probably. Yeah. Anyway, I like it. I'm curious to know what you all think of these things. Do you like it? Maybe you don't like it. Maybe you're just tired of seeing me do these reviews on Hercules things because you think I'm sponsored, which I'm not. I've got to buy everything with actual money that is mine. But I like doing these reviews because I'm just your everyday dude in a shop at home. I like the Hercules products, and once you start collecting electric power tools, you know, you got to stick with the battery system that you've got, otherwise they get super expensive. So for whatever reason, I gravitated towards Hercules, and I think I like it. I don't think I've missed anything. Like I said, all the details, you can go on the website and find out how many RPMs and how much torque, power, horsepowers, and all those things it has. Look, I don't really care about any of that. All I care about is, can I cut a thing with it? And apparently I can, and it didn't even bog down. Like, I didn't know that wood was there. So I'm sure it'll cut anything I need to cut with it. But I appreciate y'all hanging out while we check out the Hercules 20-volt lithium-ion brushless variable speed jigsaw, according to the box there. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment, share, all those things. Really helps out. And I guess until the next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye now.